Good morning, everyone. Okay, uh, this is to inform you that the city of Los Angeles yesterday approved that street vendors in Los Angeles can be anywhere, anywhere, including touristic areas and historic areas. They can set up shop anywhere, and guess what? They will pay less money to the city. So that means anyone who operates a restaurant or any other business in which you have to pay for rent, you have to um, obey the all the requirements and regulations. Well, somebody can set up shop in front of your business on the sidewalk, and these are the politicians. They all voted yes. All the council members in Los Angeles voted yes. I have encountered problems many times when walking in certain areas of Los Angeles. I cannot make use of the sidewalk because the street vendors have occupied the sidewalks. Handicapped people, especially those who use a wheelchair, they cannot get through. Blind people cannot get through because the sidewalks are completely taken over. LA is a third world city. Los Angeles is a third world city, period. This is what we're gonna show the world in 2026 for the FIFA World Cup and in 2028 for the Summer Olympic Games. People won't be able to walk on the sidewalks. The tourists will have to walk on the street. And this is my question. These people work for cash, the street vendors. They get paid in cash because they don't have a system in which they can accept credit cards. So how does the government trace how much they make in order to make them pay taxes? If they report taxes, I guarantee you they report the minimum. While you and I cannot do that. Okay? Now, I feel for the business owners, restaurant owners. I know of many of them that have gone out of business because of street vendors. Okay? Restaurant owners that might charge an average of $20 for a dish gets displaced by the street vendor that might charge no more than $5. Okay? And the city of Los Angeles is allowing this. That's why we have a deficit. Many businesses, many restaurants have gone out of business because of street vendors. And that's why the state of California has a deficit. Many good jobs have fled California because big businesses have left California. It's due to these politicians. We have no laws in Los Angeles, no laws in California. The laws only apply to those who are honest, law-abiding citizens, hardworking people. For honest entrepreneurs, the law applies to them, but not to street vendors, not to criminals. That's the sadness. That's the sadness of Los Angeles and California. They are destroying the United States. These Democrat politicians destroying the United States, bringing the United States down to a third world level. I'm telling you because I have lived in a third world country. And there is nothing to admire about Los Angeles. It has become a shithole. Yes. If you walk on most of the areas near downtown Los Angeles, the sidewalks are black. Why? Because most of the street vendors sell food, and the cooking oil, all the stuff that they use goes on of course, it will drip all over the sidewalks. And the sidewalks, I'm telling you, you no longer see the color of the cement. It's just black. And I know those street vendors, maybe I'm sure they don't pay federal taxes or state taxes. For sure, they would just report the minimum. You and I cannot do that. Well, these are the people responsible for that. And honestly, I don't see any reason to continue living in Los Angeles. Mm-mm. And I don't blame the people. I have friends that have left Los Angeles, have left California, because they said there is no reason to pay for a high cost of living if you're living in a third world city. There is no law, there is no safety. The city every day you see more and more homeless people, street vendors taking over the sidewalks. There is no order. There is nothing nice. There is nothing beautiful about Los Angeles. Nothing. This is what massive illegal immigration do to your city, state, and country. I admire the willingness of those people to work, but the city of Los Angeles have to build an area for those vendors to operate. And I guarantee you, these people that voted yes, I guarantee you they would not allow street vendors in their areas because they live on upscale neighborhoods, which are gated communities. And I guarantee you they won't allow that in their areas. But they will vote yes to allow that in our areas. We were not privileged to live in a upscale neighborhood. This is sad. This is completely sad to see LA going to ruins thanks to Democrat politicians. Democrats are destroying this country, are destroying every city. If you go to Disneyland, near Disneyland is full of homeless people, street vendors, and many people will misconstrue my statement and label it xenophobic. It's not xenophobic. It's not xenophobic. I admire their willingness to work, but please, there has to be a sidewalk for us to walk. There has to be a sidewalk for handicapped people to use. There has to be order. These people need to have their designated areas, and the city has to do that for them. That's not fair for restaurant owners. It's not fair for business owners that pay taxes and obey the regulations. These street vendors don't need to obey any regulations. I don't think the Department of Health goes and check to see how they're conducting their business. I don't think so. They were allowed to operate during the pandemic. Yes, they were allowed to operate during the pandemic. They shut down restaurants, but the food vendors were allowed to operate. The street vendors were allowed to operate. And I saw many times people handling food wearing no mask. They didn't wear any mask. I saw that. But the state was harsh on restaurant owners and other businesses, but not on street vendors. That is clear that they want to destroy entrepreneurship. They want to destroy the business owner that does everything by the book. They want to destroy the economy, to make people dependent on government assistance. This is what they're doing. And that's why California has a deficit. Friends of mine that used to have businesses here, they sold their businesses and most of them moved to Texas. Because the laws apply to them, but not to those who violate the law. I'm telling you, I'm very disappointed with California. I'm disappointed with the politician in Los Angeles, and I'm really considering leaving the state. I didn't come here to live in a shithole. I didn't come here to live in a third world city. I left the third world for a reason. And these politicians have turned LA into a third world city. It's disgusting. Thank you very much.